Hello, my friends! I am Ventox, your resident Fate fanatic, and Fate Phantom fanatic, almost forgot, because this game won't let me actually use my Phantom of the Opera. And we are jumping through Lostbelt 7 today. Specifically, we are moving through the 8th layer, or the second layer of Mictlan, the name of which I don't remember, but is this big blood red sea. Oh no, it actually tells me. It is Tlatlauqui. So that is what we're doing today. I hope that you guys have had an awesome day. If you guys were with me yesterday, you know the fresh change to my Chaldea that happened, that I'm very excited for, and hoping that I get the opportunity to bust out during today's stream. We'll see. I think I just missed the Hiragana flashcard. Sorry, Lizardoni, do it again. Can't wait to see you go through the story. It's really fun. I've loved this so far. I have been such a fan. I think. Pretty sure that's like A. Yeah. I've loved this story. Like, this so far has been my favorite Lostbelt as far as the opening and the pacing go. Like, I've been blown away by how swift the story has been told. So, the Canadian Hiragana. So yeah, I'm really eager to see how much further this is gonna go. Yeah, my GSSR, on the other hand, was not my favorite. I rolled on the banner that had Van Gogh, Bazette, Lady Avalon, Sherlock, Qin Shi Huang, and Himiko. And of all of them, Bazette and Van Gogh were my like two targets. Van Gogh was like the gold standard. Bazette would have made me really happy. Was gonna be okay if I got Himiko, Sherlock, or Lady Avalon. Like, all of them would have been dupes, but like dupes that I'd be okay with. And Qin Shi Huang was the one that I just did not want. I already have him, but I never use him. And of course, that's the one I get. Yeah, Senpapi did me the courtesy of keeping yet another disappointing GSSR clip. Every single time, every 6 months, like clockwork, I get disappointed by GSSR. I get let down. My first GSSR gave me Tamamo, and that was great. And then my second GSSR gave me my bottom pick. And then my third GSSR gave me another Tamamo, and it was just downhill from there. I did get Semiramis that one time, so I can't be too harsh on it. And I did get Malter that one time, but like 2 successes out of what must be like 14 or 15 GSSRs at this point? Yeah, nah, that's not a good track record. So we are going to start, as we always do, with our daily friend point summon, and then we'll jump into Lostbelt 7. Has everybody made their New Year's resolutions? And if the answer is yes, who here has already given up on their New Year's resolutions? For me, my New Year's resolution actually kind of started a couple of months ago, where I just suddenly had the motivation to start actually like going to the gym and working out. And I'm not counting it as a New Year's thing, but as long as that motivation is maintained, I'm gonna keep going. I just want to keep the motivation up. But let me tell you, they say, you know, it takes a little bit of time to get into it, and then once you start getting into the routine and you start making some progress, you do start to enjoy it. Nope, I have not enjoyed it yet. I am suffering. I'm suffering every single day I go to the gym. I hate it so much. I know I should do it. I know it's good for me, but God, man, I hate it so much. My New Year's resolution is to not drop out when I start school for the first time in years, in about a month or so. Oh, yo, congratulations, Senpapi. Yeah, that's awesome. Absolutely, hell yeah. That's awesome. I actually got one resolution done last year, so I have motivation to get something done this year. Hell yeah. That's good to hear. Yeah, definitely there is a psychological component of once you have tackled the first hurdle, once you've done something once, then following through again in the future does get much easier. Started cycling some months ago. That's awesome. I am looking forward, now that I've moved back to a place where it's not swelteringly hot like 360 days out of the year. I am gonna get a bike and I'm gonna go on bike rides again. I used to love going on bike rides. I used to, with a friend of mine back in the summers, every Friday we'd just go on a bike ride together, and haven't done that in years, so that's definitely something I'm looking forward to. It's not about learning to enjoy, it's about making it a habit that you simply do because it's the schedule, not because you want to, like brushing your teeth. Yeah, no, that's definitely true. That is definitely true. So, Lostbelt 7. Brief reminder of where we're at. We crash landed into the Lostbelt because a giant mineral plant sun lady smashed our ship into the dirt. We died. Then some man showed up and said, hey, you want to come back to life? And we said yes. And he said, give me a weapon. And I said, I don't have one, but I have magic. And he said, I'll take your magic. And then we gave him our magic. And he was like, damn, that was some good magic. Here's some chocolate. So we got some chocolate. And then we came back to life with the chocolate still in our pocket, and then we teamed up with our worst enemy who has amnesia but who is also our friend, and also an offshoot of one of our other friends, and we trekked across the Aztec jungle until we found a dinosaur's cave, and the dinosaur talked to us and told us that our friends were here, and so we met up with our friends, and then we left off to get a wide-reaching history on corn, and after the corn history we went to bed while a very evil priest looked at us through binoculars from very far away and said, and that just about brings us up to speed. And the dinosaur is the greatest character so far? Exactly. Can't believe that the Singularity is just The Land Before the Time, the sequel. Big Lady smashed our ship. Our ship was smashed Olga. Our ship was just in the way. That is true. That is true. Pocket chocolate in a rainforest. Our poor pants. True. We have a mystic code that can keep us warm in the cold Russian blizzard of a Lostbelt. Certainly our mystic code can keep the chocolate cold in the sweltering heat of a Central American jungle. Alright, first Underworld, Tlatlahokwi, Section 3. I don't know how many sections are out right now. I have been informed... Son of a... God damn it. I have been informed, however, that Nito Alter's banner is going to end before she shows up in the story, so that sucks. We're not gonna be rolling for Nito Alter. So, Tepeu, what are these underworld boundaries, anyway?
The boundaries of the underworld are abnormal regions. They have strong magnetic fields whose distortions keep Mala's blessings at bay. Well, I say magnetic field distortions, but it's more accurate to call them dimensional distortions. Mindless dinos used to wander them, but after Tezcatlipoca showed up...
So, like, we haven't yet gotten explicit 1000% confirmation, but, like, we've mentioned Tezcatlipoca a number of times, so this box is definitely going to get a check. So, this probably isn't going to happen because of this right here. Could this happen? This could still happen. We still don't know enough about Test Subject E, but this could definitely happen. This probably isn't going to happen unless we encounter a disaster in void space on the way out of the Lostbelt. So, this probably won't amount to much in the long run, but hey, I'll take extra squares.
The underworlds became host to trials which must be completed for the dead to truly die. A great deal depends on your mental state.
But if that's just a false flag, they're just lying about being Tezcatlipoca? I don't know, man. Like, I think I would still count that just on the basis of fate being fate. Like, for example, I'm trying to think of another servant who, like, says that they're one thing and, like, their nameplate says that they're one thing, but they're not really that. Benkei. Musashibo Benkei is an example of that, where, like, technically he's not actually Benkei. But, like, he's Benkei, you know? Kingu, all of Lostbelt 6. Yeah, all of Lostbelt. Well, I don't know. Like, I wouldn't say Fairy Knight Tristan is the same as Tristan. I wouldn't say Barghest is the same as Gawain. I'm talking more like this character presents as that character and is only not that character by fate technicalities.
The boundaries of the underworld are treacherous places as long as you do not perceive yourself as having overcome their trials.
I see. So as long as you can overcome their trials at least once, you'll know they are no threat to you anymore. But since this will be our first time visiting one, we're going to be in for a difficult time. I have to ask the obvious then. Have you completed these trials, Tepeu?
Yes, as far as the third layer of the underworld. Fortunately, the trials in the first layer are relatively easy.
By the way, Tepe, you said something about enormous iguanas in the first layer of the underworld yesterday. Were these iguanas called Xochitonal? No, Xochitonal? I guess would probably be how that's pronounced. By any chance?
Oh, you know of them, Mash. Does that mean proper human history has similar underworlds then?
Yes. In proper human history, Mictlan refers to the subterranean underworld of Aztec mythology. According to myth, the world was divided into the heavens, the surface, and the underworld. The gods were said to reside in the 13 heavens, while humans lived on the surface world. The underworld world was said to consist of 9 layers, and collectively this world was known as Mictlan. People who died of natural causes rather than in combat would descend through the 9 layers of Mictlan. Their goal was to conquer many trials and make their way to the bottom layer, Chiconahualoyan,
I may have gotten that one right on the first try. I'm kind of proud of that one.
where they would come to terms with their own life, allowing their soul to return to the natural world. Aztec civilization was marked by human sacrifice, slavery, and endless war, so it was certainly one of the harshest societies in human history. But at its heart, it retained an inherent respect for nature and gratitude to the gods, that is, the larger world. This Mictlan may not have ever developed a system of beliefs based on gods, but I think its emphasis on respecting nature means it still shares the same roots.
I think it shares the same roots because of the 9 layers and underworld thing, Mash. There's a little bit more in terms of similarity going on here than just respecting nature.
I see. So that is proper human history's version of Mictlan. Then I assume it also had Xochitonal.
That's right. The first subterranean layer of Mictlan was called Izquintlan and contained an enormous river called the Apanohuacalhuia.
Please stop. I'm suffering here.
The dead had to cross the river with the help of a hairless breed of dog called Xoloitzcuintla.
Okay, God, man. Take a shot every time I have to pronounce a Nahuatl word that I don't know. Oh, boy.
In order to make it to the other side without the Xochitonal eating them.
I want to live, and that's fair.
What's a dog?
Oh, it's a kind of animal and a great one. I can't describe them too well, but I can draw you a picture later.
Thank you, Marine. But I'm guessing...
Goddamn, Tepeu's so smart.
they look something like this. Am I right?
Whoa, how did you know? And wow, you're such a good artist, too.
Your imagination... No, your powers of observation really are remarkable. You're already a full-blown scholar of proper human history.
Man, Sherlock Holmes is freaking weeping in his grave right now for how quickly he has been replaced. This dinosaur is smarter than Sherlock Holmes ever hoped to be. His powers of deduction are astronomical.
Oh yes, I want to learn as much about it as I can. Your history is terrifying, but it's also intensely captivating.
So there's a Mictlan in proper human history and a Mictlan in this Lostbelt, right? And in proper human history, humans lived on the planet's surface, but you dinos live underground. Why is that? You're not all dead or anything, right?
I suspect it is because the surface of our world is no longer habitable. A long, long time ago, a meteorite devastated everything on the surface. We managed to survive by escaping underground. From there, Mala created Mictlan, and we continued to propagate. Now this underground world is our home. We will never return to the surface, especially while it continues to burn.
It's still burning even now. I don't understand. Even if the impact destroyed everything on the surface, it's still had millennia to recover, hasn't it? Is this planet just really, really lazy or something? Oh well, that's probably not important right now. More importantly, I have a question for you, Tapeu. Or you guys, if you can answer it. Have you ever heard of Ort? That would be 19, I believe. I forgot the Ort counter yet again. I need someone over the weekend to remind me to actually put this on stream. What's an Ort? I've never heard of an Ort. Huh? Did I say something wrong? What kind of rumors?
As a matter of fact, Ort is one of the reasons we came here, 20. There's a creature that goes by that name in proper human history. We came to this Lostbelt to find it before anyone else, but now...
What's different now? We don't need to anymore. It's not relevant to the plot. Makes sense. Your first priority now is reaching the storm border, and then you've got to do something about the bleached earth phenomenon, right? I agree. Of course you wouldn't have time to go looking for some weird random creature then. Besides, now that you've got me, you have all the firepower that you need.
You mean, you're not looking for Ort yourself, you Olga Marie?
Why would I be? I just asked because it's one of the few words I still remember. Although now that you mention it, I do get the feeling I might have been looking for it myself. Maybe that's not important now either. Why worry about the little things? I'm okay with small creatures, and little doubts like this aren't worth pursuing anyway. Are you sure about this, Madam President? Oh, I can hear running water. We must be near the river. All right, I'm gonna be the first one there. A jungle river ought to be no problem for me, so I swear by Triton I'll get us across easy peasy. I can't remember, is Nemo part Triton? Yeah, Triton is the other half of Nemo, right? It's not some other Greek aquatic figure. Yeah, it is? Okay. Yeah, we're at 21 right now. Can you really call this just a river? There's no way! I couldn't get us across this even if all 24 of us Marines were here. It's sure pretty, though. And the mist from these ginormous waterfalls feels nice, too. Oh, I forgot Habitrot was here.
Yeah, you don't see places this spectacular, even in the land of the fairies. I'm impressed. Mesoamerican mythology is on an entirely different scale. It's true. They remind me of the Guiana Highlands of South America, known as the last frontier of Earth. I'm also very impressed that you were able to cross these humongous falls, Tepeu. You must have super Dinos leg strength and exploration skills to have made it past here. Please tell us, what route did you use to cross?
Yes, I do think I must have managed it.
Tepeu?
Super Tepeu?
I'm sorry, I don't know what this is. It's utterly terrifying. Forgive me, this is much, much bigger than the river I crossed. Ventox Mash, is this what you were envisioning?
Not at all.
I see. Then this change had nothing to do with your mental state. So, Chaldea's arrival here has changed things in the underworld boundaries, much like the Cryptor's arrival. Perhaps we should proceed on that assumption. Still, all that aside.
That aside?
Oh, what a truly spectacular sight. I wish my acquaintances could see this.
Man, look at him. Yorikobe Shonen. Save the celebration for later. Tepeu, Marine, Ventox, you guys better stay back. Something's coming up the waterfall. Maybe it's one of those giant iguana things. Mash, you and I will handle the iguanas. Habicat, you guard the non-combatants. Got it?
Habicat?
I'm glad that that has lived on.
Understood. Ready when you are, Olga Marie.
Hooray, a fight. This is what I'm talking about though, man. Like, this doesn't take me out of the narrative. It's refreshing. It's just a nice little break. I just get to turn brain off for a little while, play the video game. Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot. That's fine. Surely this will be good. I've nearly run out of eligible servant coins for Grail casting, so I decided today to just start blitzing through my friend points, which is, first of all, an awful experience, terrible time, 1 out of 10, do not recommend. But in order to facilitate that, I decided I was also going to go ahead and just clean up my CE inventory. And that's been hell too. But I did it. And now almost all of my CEs are in the second archive, with the exception of Honey Lake, which is on the way to a level 100. I finally burned all of my long-lasting CE bombs, so those are taken care of. Yeah, my Mash is only level 80, isn't she? Whoopsies. I kind of forgot that she got a level increase, which this is good because now I have something to actually spend all of these XP cards that I've gotten from the gacha on. Also starved for coins. Yeah, the thing is, I've had a bot running Fuyuki XA for 3 years, so. Yeah, it's fine. Here's the thing. I could raise Mash to 90, but then what happens if I run into another Zeus problem where I need Mash to die, and oh no, she's got too much HP because I raised her level too high? You know, I'm thinking practically here. I like the sound design on you, Olga Marie. Chengong. Alas that Chengong was not an option, and actually really just never is an option for killing Mash specifically, because Phantom of the Opera has to be in the first slot there. You double Phantom the entire game, don't even start about practicality. Excuse you, I blew over 200 Saint Quartz last night in the name of practicality. Oh, that's right, I forgot. She just straight up shuffles the hand. One who? One Russian priest. Well, not really that Russian, but... More like she takes over the hand, yeah, exactly. Which is a fun mechanic. I just really like the rainbow class border. I think that's really aesthetically pleasing. I would love to see more of that. Rah rah, Rasputin, lover of the Russian queen. Yeah, exactly. Russia's greatest yeet machine. He's just such a good compliment to Phantom of the Opera. Like, every single one of his skills is really nice to have in conjunction with Phantom for all of my challenge quests and boss fights. Now, the real question here is, am I going to get to use either of them at any point in this Lost Belt? Probably yes, but I don't know how long it's gonna be until I get the ability to summon my own servants again. We're just gonna do that, so that if Mash dies, it's not the end of the world. There we go. This is a very pretty background. I hope we get to see more of it. Like, I hope this is a free quest. But yeah, we're rolling for Rasputin. I said I'm going to spend a specific amount of quartz, and he came on the very last one in that bucket. So I can't be too upset. I'm noting a 5 AP mission. God damn it, man. I don't understand what is wrong with Lostbelt 7. Every single time that I take one of these nodes, I have to grab my capture card, unplug the HDMI, and then plug it back in. I was surprised to see those things, but you two handled them like they were nothing. Thanks, Mash. Thanks, Prez. Ooh. Important choice here, but I gotta flatter the evil enemy that I am trying to pacify. Oh yeah, good point. I love the believe in Yuo and justice will prevail strategy too. Naturally. And I'm starting to get used to these lizards too. Who cares how big something is if size is all it has going for it? Nice job, you two. You were right. I didn't have to step in at all. Though you might be helping a little, you might be being a little too overprotective. Ventox is still a full-fledged master, you know? Yeah, about that. Whoopsies. As long as he stays far enough away from the fighting, he can protect himself just fine and get a firm handle on how the battle's playing out. So maybe you can try trusting him a little bit more? Really? Full-fledged, huh? That's great. But it wasn't Ventox I was worried about just now. It was you and Mash. You use the energy stored in Mash's shield when you materialize, right, Happy Cat? And that energy can only be restored at the storm border, correct? So you should conserve it as much as possible. Even my sensors aren't operating at full capacity in all directions at all times, you know. Just because I'm the strongest doesn't mean I'm omnipotent. So I'm counting on you to support Mash if she ever has to go off on her own. Got that, Happy Cat?
I see. Okay, Olga Marie, you got it. If Mash is ever in trouble, that's when I'll step in.
I need to get like a voice changer. I need to get like a plugin that I can just press a button and then have my voice pitched up like 4 octaves so that I can do Happy Cat justice. And here I thought you were worried about me too. Oh, don't be so sensitive. It was just a figure of speech. I might have been a tiny bit worried about you two, okay? Anyway, that takes care of the enormous iguanas. So, what do we do now, Tepu? I mean, it's not like we're going to swim across, right? Just inhale helium. That's a great idea, honestly. I should do that for a stream.
No, I can't swim at all. Last time I chopped down trees to make a raft, but that's clearly not going to work now.
Where's Arash when you need him?
I'm afraid not. These falls are anything but even. More importantly, they're just too big. It would be like trying to cross the ocean.
Ah, yes, you mentioned oceans back in the cornfield. Exactly how large is an ocean?
Oh, it's huge! It's a massive world of water that goes on forever in all directions. The ocean is filled with hopes, dreams, romance, and adventure. It's my true home. When we're done, I'll tell you all about it.
Oh my, I can't wait. I do love how you see the world, Marine.
Still, I'm afraid this isn't the time to admire the view. We still have to cross it, but we can't swim across or use a raft. What should we do, Master?
If only I could summon a heroic spirit who could shoot us across with his bow and arrow.
True. Off the top of my head, I can think of Noah, Moses, Icarus, Sinbad.
Sinbad would be an interesting servant. I'd love to see Icarus as a servant. I'd really, really love to see Icarus as a servant, actually, but Sinbad's a really interesting suggestion.
Any one of those heroic spirits would probably have a noble phantasm that could get us across this, river. Unfortunately, that's not an option right now, though we still don't understand why that is, so...
It wouldn't matter even if he could. None of those heroic spirits would be any help here. Don't let your eyes fool you. We need a mythological approach, which means we'll need a servant who's familiar with the underworld.
Oh, you're right, Director. I should have known Chaldea's...
Chaldea's what?
Chaldea's dependable font of knowledge.
Font? Hello? Oh, I can't even hazard a guess as to who this is about to be. King Protea? I'm thinking the rumbling makes me think big, and the biggest servant is King Protea, so that's my guess.
Excuse me, did you just say Chaldea? I hope I didn't mishear you. If I didn't, that would be wonderful. But the others would all pick on me if I did mishear you, and I really don't want that.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh yeah! Oh, I was right. I right in the frames before she popped up, I was thinking maybe Bunyan. Because I was thinking getting picked on kind of feels childish, but that also fits for King Protea. Let's go. Should have put that on my bingo board, damn.
So I'm just gonna smoosh you all now, okay? Don't worry, it won't hurt. You don't have to be scared, it'll all be over in an instant.
Something big is here! I like how 3 out of 4 of these people probably don't know who this is. In this quest, up to 2 servants from your party can be set. Oh, come on! That was mean. That was so mean. Look at this. It does not say that that spot is restricted to MASH. It says the second one has to be Habitrot, but it does not say that the first one has to be MASH. I hate this Lostbelt. Actually the worst Lostbelt there is. Come on, Happy Cat, let's go. What a tease. I honestly kind of hate how often we've been getting forced party setups in main story recently. I get it. I do get it, because they're trying to really integrate the gameplay in the story. And, like, they have written stories in which we can't use our servants. So, it makes sense, but I do kind of agree. Like, I would like to be able to use the Grigori Rasputin that I just summoned. Fake out boss fight? Question mark? Exclamation point? Must be. Must be. What happened with that? I always use Phantom thingy. I always use it when eligible. However, if the game forces me not to, well, then I wouldn't have made it past year 1. You don't think Mash can bust through 1.6 million? I mean, with the right setup, I'm sure she can. That Bunker Bolt, or I guess it's Black Barrel now, this first skill, this does some work. This is a strong heckin' skill. That 100 spin on get what? 100 spin? What 100 spin? On Lotto? Game is a tad loud. Thank you for letting me know. Bring it down a little bit. How's that? On JP, you can spin for 100 pulls on friend. Oh, God, I wish I had had that like 5 hours ago. Man, I've spent like 800,000 friend points already today, and it took me like 4 hours between the spinning and the burning CEs and the burning XP and burning servants. Like, wow, that sounds great. Yeah, I hope I get that early for sure. That's crazy good. That's really nice. Any other exciting mechanical buffs for New Year's or quality of life updates on JP? Oh wait, does this kill me at the end of the turn? Oh, whoopsies. Okay. Okay, so I may have smooth-brained that one real bad. Unless that's just how this quest ends. We can make grand servants? What do you mean we can make grand servants? Oh yeah, that's right, she has guts. Hey, I win! And I think that gives us an actual fake out boss fight. We actually get to cross off our free square at the center of the bingo board. There we go. We're still waiting on details. It means that servants that are level 100 and 10 can have bond CEs and normal CEs at the same time. Is there a resource cost for this? There will be special battles where you can use 7 servants as grands. It's also restricted where they can be deployed though, so it's not viable for Phantom. Well, we don't know that it's not viable for Phantom, it's just not viable for farming. That's... I am excited by the integration of that mechanic. However, I am not excited by the fact that it is restricted to only 7 servants, and it is only restricted use in specific circumstances. Like... I don't know, man. I would like that to be universal. It has been nearly 10 years. It's not viable for you, at least as we currently understand it. Yeah, I guess, I mean, like, people who really want to just play the meta are going to be really excited for Grand Berserker Heracles. And Grand Caster Tamamo is going to be pretty dang good for support, with her Bond CE plus a Prisma Cosmos, for example. Bond 10 CEs should have just become a passive on the character. I think that that would be a little bit too much because, like, George, Heracles, Tamamo, there'd be some really, really crazy good ones there that just outstrip everyone. I really, really wish that we had gotten actual unique tailor-made CEs for everybody at Bond 10 instead of just like 5 servants who have cool unique stuff and then everyone else has 15% party-wide quick buffs while on the field, you know? Like, it's fine, I guess, but I would be more excited if it really felt like there was thought put into them. I'm excited for Grand Berserker Mysterious Heroine X Alter. Like, that's one that I know I'm going to use because Anti-Saber, that's fun. That's really fun. I think Anti-Saber. Other QOL JP got is a new button on the gacha that shows you if you have the rate up servants and what NP level and how many coins. Oh, that is nice quality of life. See, that's more in line with what I was expecting when I asked what was going on over in JP. Not, oh, you can make 7 grand servants, but only sometimes. Did you see the raids JP just had? No. So that level of content I want to stay relatively spoiler-free on for the most part. However, I have said before, if Qing Shi ever shows up in the story or in the gacha or whatever, y'all have my permission to just spoil me on that. I want to know that Qing Shi is coming. There are a bunch of Guts Bond CEs, not sure if you can stack them with normal Guts CEs. Oh, that's a good question. Who? Qing Shi, the greatest pirate to have ever lived? She was amazing. She is one of my favorite historical figures. Just one word for the raid, I say. Psychedelic. And it's so funny, we need to keep those raids secret. So I do know about the servant that came out, like, right at the tail end of the holidays. I will probably be grailing that servant. Given what I know about that servant and their history within the Type Moon franchise, I have some speculations as to what else may appear in an event which heavily features them. But I don't want to get that information, you know, revealed to me prematurely.
Oh no, I did it again. I'm so sorry for scaring you. I thought you were the bad guys who brought down the storm border.
Do I have any reverb plugins? I feel like I should have a button that's like, for a servant of her size, just booming, echoing voice.
But you're actually the master of Chaldea, right? Do you know who I am?
I like that not remembering King Protea is an option.
Yay! I knew it was you, Ventox! I'm so glad to see you again. King Protea at your service.
Wait, what? How are you just talking to her? Isn't she dangerous? Is she actually your ally or something? What, is it just anything goes with servants? Pretty much, yeah.
I'm surprised too, but it's true. Protea isn't giving off any hostile readings. Plus, Master seems to already know her, and she did introduce herself very properly. It's nice to meet you, Protea. Oh, I know, she must be one of the servants we summoned in the border.
I'm surprised MASH canonically doesn't know about King Protea.
Remember how we were supposed to summon 3 more besides Nitocris? I'll bet Protea's one of them. Yes, that's right, Marine. I'm one of the 4 servants who came to help Chaldea. But, well, I thought I could help Chaldea out. But the next thing I knew, I was here, surrounded by a bunch of water and these really noisy bats. I was so anxious I couldn't move. But then you came by and I heard your voices and, well, here we are. I'm glad I worked up the courage to stand up. I'm sorry again for surprising you, but at least it means we met up. I hope I can be helpful, Master.
Glad to have you with us, Protea. Well, she'll be a fun servant to use at least, until we can summon our own.
I see. Well, if you guys are okay with this, then that's fine.
You there, what sort of heroic spirit are you?
Because from what I recall, the alter ego class shouldn't exist in proper human history. Me? I'm composed of several goddesses' essences and one of Mother's personalities. The goddesses who compose me are a number of archetypical mother goddesses. And then there's Iravata, a divine beast, and... There's something else mixed in with me, that's weird. What could this be? Iravata? The one from Indian mythology? The Iravata that was born from the ocean of milk. Yes, that's right. According to that myth, the god's decline had left the surface devoid of vitality, leaving behind a dead world. So, to bring life back to the world, the gods joined with the Asura, Asura? I think Asura, their sworn enemies, and performed a ritual meant to revive and rebuild the world. That was the Ocean of Milk. It was a tremendous feat that brought life back to a dead world. The gods poured the Ocean of Milk all across the world, churned it, and created Amrita, the nectar of immortality. That same process also led to the birth of Airavata, an elegant white elephant who swam across the Ocean of Milk.
A world devoid of vitality, creating life from death. Does that mean this event took place in the underworld?
That's right. Protea has a trait that lets her cross both the Sea of Life and the Sea of Death.
How do you know that, Mash? You didn't know who she was 5 minutes ago.
Which means... Hey, yeah, we can just have her carry us. And since she's so big, there's plenty of room for all of us. Hey, watch it, Marine. Even if you don't mean anything by it, you shouldn't call people big unless you know they're okay with it. Oh, right. I'm sorry. As punishment, I'll just swim across on my own. No, it's okay. I'm just glad to hear you say that. Although, you want me to help you all cross this river? By being your boat?
I mean, you could just be a kaiju, just walk across.
Is that what you want too, Ventox?
Close enough, I guess, sure.
Okay, you got it. I'm technically a kaiju, so I don't know how gentle I can be. But I've never had such a big job before, so I'll do the very best I can.
Protea's part Tiamat, right? Because those are Tiamat's horns, correct? Okay, that's what I thought. Oh, another 5 AP. I still really wish we got, like, big monster kaiju Tiamat. Son of a... Okay. I just hate this. I get it for the map, but every time I start a new node, it is not a new map. It's just a new cutscene.
Wow, you're so fast, Protea. You could even give Captain a run for his money when he's in his merman form.
Is that a thing? Does Nemo have a merman form? Is one of his ascensions merman? If so, someone link this. I don't know that I've ever seen this. That's not one of his ascensions. Hang on, no, because he gets like a dark blue outfit. He never turns into a merman. I need hot shirtless merman Nemo. I'm not going to say that I need it, but I wouldn't be upset if it was there.
Uh-oh, there's another drop 200 meters ahead. What's Protea gonna do? She just hopped right over it like it was nothing.
Man, even the Nautilus can't move like this.
Marine is sitting on top of Protea's head pretending to steer her. Protea's having a lot of fun with it too.
Ah, the Ratatouille method.
I guess they have no trouble getting along since both of them are tied to the sea.
I wanted to ride on her head too. Are you nuts? See those horns? You do know those are Tiamat's horns, right? For a human like you, even touching those things would make you collapse from the huge difference in magical energy density between you. Or do you want to be just flotsam in the river?
On a different note, I still can't quite believe she's truly able to carry all of us. To think King Protea can change her size at will. She was already at an astonishing size, even before she grew large enough to fit us all on her hand. But why are you floating up there by yourself, you Olga Marie? There's plenty of room down here on King Protea's palm.
Don't be ridiculous. Why would I willingly ride on the hand of some servant I know nothing about? As long as I don't need to carry anyone, I can hover just fine. All I need do is lay a gravity field on her shoulder.
I see, so you're essentially having her tow you. What a clever way to conserve your energy. You'd be a great president in the age of green energy.
Hey, cut that crap out, would ya? I can't tell if you're praising me or raising protests.
Oh, I'm sorry, Director. I'm just so happy to be with you again that I keep running my mouth.
Forget it. I can tell from the color you're emitting that you're saying this out of affection. Man, you really can't keep anything from her, huh?
We're almost to the halfway point. Is everyone okay? Is anyone scared or feeling uncomfortable? I've been doing my best to keep nice and steady, but the current's pretty strong, so far we know that Nitocris is going to become an altar servant. I am fairly certain I recall there being a King Protea altar, which I expect is probably going to happen in this Lostbelt. I'm wondering if that indicates that the other 2 servants that we summoned are also going to be altars. Hang on, hold the phone. Wait a minute. I have a renewed hope for Ket's altar. I did predict that of these 4 servants, one of them might be Quetzalcoatl. Okay. I'm excited. I am building up so much hype for myself that is going to be such a letdown when I prove myself wrong. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. I've really only ever been good at breaking things, so I'm so glad to be helpful for once. I mean, breaking things is very often helpful, especially in our line of work. Thank you for trusting me, even though I'm so big. Say, Master of Chaldea, once we finish crossing, could I join... Huh?
Me too. That blood's coming from Protea's back.
Protea?
Man, she's really getting the last day before retirement cop treatment.
No way. Something cut Protea's back. Oh man, I gotta patch her up. But I don't have any medical skills. Sorry, I'm not nurse. Something's here. I can't see it, but there's definitely something. Come on, Protea. If you collapse now, everyone's gonna drown. You gotta hang in there.
I'm wondering if this is the Black Keys?
Hold on, everyone. I'll at least get you to the nearest shore.
Come on, Protea. You too, hurry. I gotta play into the tropes. No! No! Protea, no! She was smiling. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Who could this be now? Man? I'm gonna assume it's man. What an utter disgrace. She was meant to bar your way, not open it. Treachery. The reward for treachery is death. I bring death. So I had to kill her. She had to die in the underworld. Nah, this is too unhinged to be man. I don't know who this is. I don't know if that laugh is going to be appropriate or not. Is this Kirei? I like this track, whoever this is. Whoa, who's this? What's this? Yo. Hello, Monster Designs. Yo. I'm here for whoever this is. This is a sick design. Oh, with the skulls? Ooh. Oh. That right there is a Persona character, actually. This comes straight out of the Shin Megami Tensei franchise. Yo! Hot dog! I like this guy. Yo! Ashwautomon, the cooler Ashwautomon. Those are the vibes that I'm getting right now. Yo, this guy's sick. He's so freaking busy. I don't know what half his design is. I think it works for him though. I do agree he's very busy, but like it feels busy with a purpose. Like I definitely feel like there's a lot of very frantic energy to this character. And when you stop to examine it, like he's got what look kind of like tribal tattoos. That makes sense. He's got skulls on this big like scythe thing that he's carrying. He's, you know, the messenger of the underworld. That makes sense. Purposely chaotic, yeah. This headpiece is something else. I like the designs on the headpiece, but like the face, dude. This face says everything you need to know about a character. Like, there are boring character designs in this game. Like, they're good character designs, but like you look at their face and they're samey. Like this dude, I look at this man and I'm like, I know everything I need to know about this guy. I have known him for less than 1 second, and I'm already right there on the same wavelength as him. Welcome, apes! Welcome, underworld pilgrims! You're welcome here. What a delight it is to see new sacrificial blood in boring old Miklon. Now remember my name and remember it well. I am the bringer of death, the king of the underworld. I am Kamazots, the winged headhunter of the living. I want Kamazots. Is he 4-star? Is he 5-star? Can he be summoned? I am okay with an answer to this. He's gotta be summonable. There's no way this is an NPC hell character. Oh no, I don't like an Don't say Don't say No! What? Absolutely not. I refuse to believe that this character is not summonable. What? That's such a tragedy. No, this does not compare at all to Zeet. That's crazy. What do you mean this character design is not summonable? Look at the amount of effort that went into this. Yo. Absolutely tragic. People are begging Nasu for him to be summonable. I've known him for 1 second and I'm begging for him to be summonable. I think we won't get him until we finish getting the Lostbelt 6 NPCs done via summer. No, screw that. I don't care. I don't care about Lostbelt 6's NPCs. We have enough Lostbelt 6 NPCs. We have enough Lostbelt 6 characters. We've got alts of the Lostbelt 6 characters for an entire summer. I want Kamazots. This dude is so much more interesting from a visual design perspective than 90% of Fate Grand Order's cast. Not only that, he fulfills a niche that is basically unfulfilled in Fate Grand Order, which is Central American servants. We've got, like, what? Quetzalcoatl? Probably Tezcatlipoca, I'm going to guess. Jaguar Man? But Jaguar Man barely counts because she's just a pseudo-servant. She's just Taiga. He's also cuter than almost every waifu. Correct. Very true. A South American servant that actually looks like they're from South America. So I do think, and my knowledge of geography is not excellent, but I do think this is Central America and not South America, which is an important distinction. His artist is Usagi Roto, who I don't know. But I'm a fan so far. Wow, dude, what do you mean Kamazots isn't summonable? I am going to go find Nasu's house, knock on his door. If he does not answer, break into his house, and then politely ask him to please make him summonable because I want him. The South American Lostbelt set entirely in Central America, yeah. I have no idea why they didn't release him with Lostbelt 7 hype. He had almost as much hype as Oberon. Yeah, what a Chad. Like, I cannot believe that they did not make this guy summonable. Letdown of the century. Wow. I almost put NPC jail on my bingo board, and I was like, nah, there haven't really been that many characters who, like, I really felt like deserve a servant and we don't have one. Kamazots, though, like, wow. This has to be the biggest bait of a servant I have ever seen. Well, actually, I take that back. He probably loses out to the mysterious girl at the end of Saber Wars 2, but like a very close second. At least this guy got a name and story relevance. Alright, well, Kamazots, someday, but not today. In a story full of Aztecs, Camazotz is purely from Mayan mythology. Yeah, linguistically, I will not be able to tell the distinction between Mayan and Aztec just by name alone. So I'm either going to need the narrative to tell me where people are from, or one of you guys. People expected him every anniversary, and all we get are summer servants. That is honestly something that I'm really upset by. The trend for the last 2 years that the summer servant, or sorry, the anniversary servant is just an extra bikini servant. Like, I look back on the anniversary servants and I think we got Da Vinci. Da Vinci was a really cool character and like had a lot of hype because she was part of the cast of the main story. We got Sherlock Holmes, who's a really interesting character, right? Like, what a cool dude. We got so many cool anniversary servants, and then we just add an extra slot to the summer event? Like, nah, son. That ain't it. That ain't it. Especially when Camazotz exists. How are you going to give Camazotz such a cool design and presumably some relatively strong plot relevance, and then not make him summonable, and then take away the anniversary spot when you could have just had another summer banner? I don't know, I don't get it, but I'm not in game dev. Camazotz probably doesn't bring in as many dollar signs as insert favorite female character in bikini.
I am Camazotz, the winged headhunter of the living.
You hurt Protea, but you're cool, so I forgive you.
Protea? Oh, her, I see. So you're interested in her too. Fine, I can share. Unlike Tezcatlipoca, I'm generous. Ah! That tastes terrible. I knew it. Quality beats quantity any day. One mouthful is all you need. I've learned my lesson, priest of Chaldea. Servant blood is truly awful. I should have kept my curiosity under control.
He knows about Chaldea. Yo, this guy's so unhinged. I love it so much.
Camazotz. That's the name of the menacing bat god who lives in the Mayan underworld and drinks human blood.
That's really good foreshadowing, actually. If you are familiar with Mayan mythology, which I assume almost everybody is, of course, then King Proteus said that she was swarmed by bats earlier. That's really good foreshadowing.
If that's your name, then you must be...
That's right. I'm no friend to the dinos. I'm a creature of myth just like all of you. You there, priest boy. You're the same sort of creature as that insane cryptor, right? If you plan on making a pilgrimage to the underworld, then you'd better remember my name just like he did.
Are you talking about David Sem Void?
That's right. You two are enemies. You compete with each other, interfere with each other, polish each other's souls. And in the end, tragically, only one of you will survive. Can't wait. I really can't wait. I know. Usually I just cut off your head and taste your blood here and now. But I am so loving the anger on your face. Yes, it's wonderful.
Dude, he has such personality, man. This dude has such charisma. Yeah, he's so much more interesting than almost any other character that I have seen so far. Lostbelt 7 is goated, man. Lostbelt 7 is so good.
I love it. I want more, so much more. This is how an ape who dare to be angry with me should die. Come forth, Black Shoshi Tonal. Answer my cursed command spell.
You're what now?
Oh! Oh! I'll let the Guardian deal with you. Now will you kill? Or maybe be killed? Make your choice, Chaldean. That's the trick to surviving in Mictlan.
Were those my command spells? Is not something that I should say out loud, I feel.
The one calling himself Camazotz has vanished, and now I'm picking up a different but very powerful magical energy signal. It's It's about 40 meters below us, and it's coming up the cliffs right now. Be careful, everyone.
Dude, Kamazotes rocks, man. What a cool character. Boss fight? Well, probably not a boss fight that I particularly care about. Oh my god, dude. Yo. Oh, is this Protea Altar? Okay. Protea Altar's design's kind of goated, though. Dude, man, Lostbelt 7's so good. Wow. I am just continuously blown away by how much I am enjoying all of the elements they introduce in this Lostbelt.
Oh no, what do we do? Look at Protea, she's out for blood. There's gotta be mind control or something at work here. I don't want to fight her. I know, but we have no choice. As big as she is, she'll just catch us if we try to run. Whether we want to beat her or escape, we're gonna have to really wallop her. Ventox, mash! Use the black barrel without the dead counter. That should at least be enough to stun her. And whatever you do, focus on getting out of here alive. Master, please prepare for combat. I'm going to neutralize the giant enemy servant.
Attack its weak point for massive damage. Up to 2 servants from your party can be set. Why do you even say that? That's just explicitly not true. All right. I guess it's saying my mash and my habitrot. Actual... Maybe not. Okay. I'm a fan of everything from the neck up. Defeated if habitrot goes down. Calavera mask, that's cool. Look, Beery. If I could, I would. That's the one complaint that I have about Lostbelt 7. Everything else in this Lostbelt, peak. Absolute cinema. Not being able to use my Phantom of the Opera, though, gotta dock at some points. Yeah, I'm not a fan of what we've got going from the neck down, but from the neck up, this is a really cool design. Like, what a cool idea taking King Protea and having this, like, skull design mask over her. Ooh, excuse me. Okay, so how do I do this? What do I do? Okay, so I should just, like, win, question mark? Okay, I've got Habitrot's NP ready to go. So do I just win now? Inflict stun when attacking with Noble Phantasm. The Mask 2 Protea Boogaloo. The Mask 2 already exists. It's called Son of the Mask, and it's bad. It's really bad. I'm not very clear on what my goal is here. I guess just stall by using Habitrot? Try not to let Habitrot go down. Only good thing in that movie was Alan Cummings' portrayal of Loki. Yeah, agreed. Agreed. Direct-to-DVD sequel is bad. No, say it ain't so. You see, that could be a problem. That might be an issue. She does have guts, though. So if I do this... And I'll go ahead and do Amalgam Goad as well. Excuse you, Lion King 2 is peak. Alright. I do not think that Lion King 2 has the best story, but some of those songs are excellent. I am a really, really big fan of We Are One. Very good song. Okay, so she's stunned again for the turn. So now I can Habitrot Brave Chain. Oh yeah, he lives in you? Yeah, he lives in you is good. Wait, I was gone for a sec. Did Ven say all sequels are bad or something? No, no, no. Just direct-to-DVD sequels tend not to have a very good reputation. Or direct-to-movie. Oh, do I have just infinite guts with Habitrot? What's going on here? Oh no, I have a limited number of guts. I'm hoping that after the next turn I just win. Because I'm not really seeing what my win condition is, if this is not the case. Okay, there we go. It was 2 Habitrot NPs? Gotcha. Kind of cut it close, though. I'll just have to keep coping for a Brazilian servant. I hate to burst the bubble, but I think if they didn't seize the opportunity here in Lostbelt 7, then they weren't going to do it ever. You never know. They could. They could throw us for a curveball, but it would not be my first expectation from a Japanese company.
No way! 2 hits with the Black Barrel and she's still coming. She's even stronger than the president. I hate to admit it, but it's true. Damn it, why am I so weak? Let's just run. She won't be able to see us once we're under the cover of the jungle. If we're unlucky, she might end up stepping on us, but it's better than staying here until she definitely crushes us.
That is fair. You make a solid argument.
Oh man, she's pounding the ground like crazy. We're not gonna make it.
Stay calm, Marine. Remember, Kamazot's called her Shojitonal. If she is truly a guardian of the underworld, then she'll need to stay in the river, and won't be able to follow us into the jungle. All we need is a little luck and we'll get to safety.
Then we're all set. I've got galactically good luck. Even when your chances are 99 to 1 against drawing the short straw, I draw it every time. That, we're just not gonna... Who turned off the lights? No, Director Olga Marie! She's dead and gone! No, the whole conflict is resolved. Whatever shall we do? Let's talk strategy. Seeing you go from flat as a pancake back to normal is kind of... creepy? Yeah, creepy. Maybe Yuo just can't be beat. No, we may have come awfully close to being wiped out, but the important thing is that we're all safe and sound.
Yeah, that is very good use for that emote.
Sure, but now we have an even bigger problem. Is there nothing we can do for Protea? She couldn't hear us at all. Even the river looked so red. That was because Protea was still bleeding from the wounds on her back. I tried, but I couldn't help her or close her wounds. She didn't even cry out in pain. I don't know much about mythological beings, but she may just not have any pain receptors. About that, I hope it doesn't mean she just couldn't cry out regardless of how much she was bleeding.
We've got to capture Kamazotes and make him turn back. I agree. We should capture Kamazotes. We should drag him kicking and screaming to our Chaldea where I can shove grails into his face.
I would if I could. The creep is at least 50 kilometers from here already, though.
Slippery little bastard.
Well, this is quite the conundrum. Protea got us halfway across the river, but now she herself blocks our progress. If we don't eliminate her, we'll never be able to make our way through the first layer of the underworld.
You mean kill her?
That would be one option, but as we just saw for ourselves, that would be exceedingly difficult. We aren't strong enough to neutralize her. We either need to sneak past her, or... I'm sorry, just give me a second, would you? Or... we simply wait for nature to run its course. You said she was still bleeding, yes? Then it's only a matter of time until she dies. We could simply wait here until that happens.
He's a smart cookie. It's a good plan. Oh, Tepeyu, you big jerk! Why would you say something so cruel? We can't just leave Protea like that. We've got to help her somehow.
Marine, please, you are hurting me.
And guys, listen to Tepeyu.
Wait, I can hear footsteps. Someone is coming this way.
Nita Chris? Rasputin? Hello? Bold? I don't even know what Kotomine Akire actually sounds like. I think he's got like a very swallowed, deep, and smooth, low voice. Yorokobe Shonen, something kind of like that. Good morning, everyone. Are you having some problem a passing priest might be able to assist you with? Habitrot, do you know who this is? Why are you shocked? I don't recall him being in Lostbelt 6. I'm really liking the expanded monthly ticket shop thing. Getting 5 options instead of 3, very nice. And one of those 5 being a recent material that I don't have 1,000 of, very, very nice. Good morning, everyone, is where he says Merry Christmas if you got here at launch. I can't imagine getting here at launch, honestly. I can't imagine waking up on Christmas Day and then working through conservatively like 2 to 3 hours of dialogue. Probably the Chaldea file, she was briefed. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. I mean, more power to you. I will say, in everyone else's defense, I work through the dialogue in this game a whole lot slower than most people do, because, hey, streaming. Nice to see y'all. I was dead with new meds. I wonder if I was to do this 1 year from now and I did that scene on Christmas, would that count, or was it only on launch day? Grigori Rasputin. Thank you for saving me the trouble of introducing myself to your new compatriots, Ventox. You are more than welcome to call me either Rasputin or Father Kotomine. I must confess, I am surprised to run into you while I was seeking another. Perhaps the hand of the Lord is at work here. Oh, you needn't explain what has happened here. I believe I understand your situation. You're trying to make it through this first layer of the underworld to reach the storm border. But the guardian of this underworld has forced you to retreat, yes? Yes, sir. It's almost as if you've been spying on us.
Right. You're an enemy of Chaldea. I can't think of any reason for you to be here except to stop us from cutting down the Tree of Emptiness.
Oh, this is truly unfortunate. There has, I am afraid, been a misunderstanding. The other disciples may have left a poor impression on you, but I assure you that as I am a mere man of the cloth, I have no interest in a fight. And as I mentioned a moment ago, I am here looking for someone. That is all. So long as I find her, I have no quarrel with you. Happily, I have just completed that particular objective.
So, this is where you've been, young miss. I'm here to take you home. I was quite worried when I saw you fall, but I am relieved to see you've not got a scratch on you. Now let us return to the great majestic house, to your Earth Unification headquarters. You have a great deal of work and studying left to do, and no shortage of good food waiting for you.
Huh? What are you talking about? Who the hell are you?
While nothing new, I see your sense of humor is as cutting as ever. It's me, Rasputin, your faithful butler. Surely you haven't forgotten me.
That's good. That's a good sprite.
Forgive me, I was so moved by your magnanimity that I couldn't help but laugh. You have forgotten my name, then. Not to worry, you may simply refer to me as Father if you like. What matters is that I am your butler. I am both your loyal manservant and your ally. You do understand that, yes?
Yeah, sure. I don't remember anything about you, but I can tell you're not lying. You can't get much darker than this shade of blue. Hell, it's so dark it's almost black, so I guess you really are my manservant. Are you sure about this, Yuo? This guy's the most obviously suspicious priest I have ever seen. Did you forget that you have amnesia? You need to be way more cautious so you don't get taken advantage of. Nobody's taking advantage of me. Besides, it would be much stranger if someone as noble as I am didn't have a butler.
Exactly, young miss. You may have lost your memory, but you clearly haven't lost your spirit. Ha 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 ha.
I can practically hear him scheming in that laugh. The inclusion of him as a character is so perplexing to me narratively, not in a bad way, not that I'm like baffled by the decision to include him, like, whoa, why would they do that? But more as a matter of like, he is a character who is so iconic within the Fate franchise for kind of being the root of the problem, being a scheming troublemaker, and like in this context, him just being here makes me think like he's more a main villain than anybody else in this story could be. He just has such a reputation and such a connotation to him that like my suspicions are immediately thrown off just by him existing. I'm trying to think of like, it's like if you had a Batman story and the Joker was just kind of there casually and there's some other problem going on. It's like, you don't include the Joker in a Batman story and not have him be relevant in a pretty substantial way, typically as like the one who stabs someone in the back at the end of the story and then becomes the big bad, you know? That's how I feel about Kotomine.
Olga Maria is smart, but he just won her over in an instant. What are you up to, Father Kotomine?
A young mind should not be so suspicious. Dialogue is the best way to resolve a great many things. I am, in this sense, facing a situation every bit as unexpected as you are. Here I am, trying to find my missing mistress, only to find her associating with some unusual new friends. For my part, I would prefer she cut ties with you immediately and remember who she truly is, but...
Huh? Are you trying to make me into a figurehead instead of a real president? I told Ventox and Mash I'd help them and the rest of Chaldea, so that's just what I'm going to do. Imagine not lying to your constituency. At the very least, I'm not leaving their side until they reach the storm border.
Olga Marie, thank you so much.
I see. Then I must respect my mistress's wishes. As long as the young miss insists on helping Chaldea, I will do the same. That said, I am afraid I can be of no help in combat. I am simply an ordinary, powerless priest, as you can see. Oh, come on, that's such a blatant... It's no lie, I am an ordinary butler. I believe that suits you better, too, no?
I think he's right, Senpai. If Olga Marie learns that he's a disciple of the foreign god, she'd then learn who and what the foreign god actually is, too. There's no telling how she might react if she learns the truth. So if we're gonna keep this up, I think we have no choice but to bring him with us and go along with his butler act.
Could she not tell that he's lying, like right now, though?
I'm so glad you understand. Do not worry, I promise I will make no effort to influence the young Miss's decisions. I'm not so starved for entertainment that I would dash the young Miss's beautiful dream of friendship now that it's blossomed here in this subterranean world.
But let me ask you one thing. Do you know how she ended up like this?
A good question. So far as I know, the young Miss is the strongest being on this planet by a wide margin. I cannot imagine what would have caused her to lose her memory. On the subject of things I cannot possibly imagine, I'd like to ask you something as well. Tell me about Limbo's final moments. Was Heian Kyo necessary to progress in the story? I don't recall. Yeah, I believe so. Okay. Traum wasn't, so I couldn't remember if Heian Kyo was. I can't say I ever cared for him, but he was technically a colleague.
Limbo's final moments? Senpai?
Oh, no. No. You can't have that typo. We did not give Limbo his just deserts. I will say I'm pretty impressed overall with the translation and the editing in Lostbelt 7. As compared to Lostbelt 6, I recall really harshing on Lostbelt 6 because there was a lot of typos. Same with Traum. This might be the first one that I've caught in Lostbelt 7. As wretched and miserable as the man himself.
Alright, let's forget I asked. More pressingly, I think we need to discuss strategy. You need to do something about the Underworld Guardian, the servant who became a Shitona, yes? I'm afraid I don't have much expertise to share, but I do have some words of wisdom to offer on the subject of exorcisms.
Exorcisms? Did you just say exorcisms?
I did. That servant has been possessed by an evil spirit. Said spirit clearly dwells in that mask. In Mexico, they call it a calavera, or skull. I could sense a powerful divine spirit's power inside of it. If you can remove that mask, the servant should return to her senses. Whether she'll be able to return to her old self, however, is another question.
Huh? What do you mean?
You're saying those who become guardians of the underworld can never leave the underworld again? That while the living can try to escape the underworld and the dead can try to descend through it as part of their trials, its guardians are simply not permitted to leave their posts unattended. Did the gods of proper human history decide that rule?
Hey, what's up, Gruffles? I'm doing good. I'm loving Lostbelt 7 so far. Like, honestly, favorite Lostbelt from first impressions. There's a long way to go and a lot of threads that need to be resolved, but goddamn, These first few hours of Lostbelt 7 have been remarkably good. I have enjoyed every element that they have introduced, from the tube-shaped Mictlan, to the giant mineral plant god Sun Woman, to the Dinos, to King Protea altar, to you Olga Marie as playable character. Like, it has just been a hit after a hit after a hit with me. The comedy is good, the pacing and the writing is good. I'm curious about, like, what's going on with Man. Who is Man? I don't know. So I'm very eager to keep going. Yeah, there's one major flaw, which is the fact that I got introduced to the coolest character that Fate has had in half a decade, and he's not summonable. Absolutely ludicrous that we cannot summon Kamazotes.
Indeed. You really are quite intelligent, aren't you, Tepeu? I believe it was indeed decided by deities. However, this also gives us an opportunity. The boundary of the underworld was overwritten by proper human history's myths. That means it is both inside this Lostbelt while not being part of it. Mash, I believe your little machine can measure a location's foundation of humanity value, can it not?
Yes, it can. Huh? It looks like this location's value is fluctuating. Well, what does this mean?
It means this location is subject to both the chronicle theoretical phenomenon and the pruning theoretical phenomenon. Put another way, the past, present, and future all mingle in this one spot, each equally valid. In this place, you can summon as many heroic spirits with ties to Chaldea as your magical energy permits. What's more, you can even temporarily draw on connections on things that may have happened, or things that may have been feasible. For example, heroic spirit Ventox A never met.
Is that A supposed to be there? Oh, I see. Okay, yes, it should. I understand now.
For example, a heroic spirit Ventox A never met could still be summoned as long as Ventox B did meet them at some point. That being said, there are still only so many servants that you can summon as a lone mage. Conversely, with access to the Stormborder's power source, you could summon servants by the 100. Like what you planned to do in Tunguska.
You know about that too.
Not for sure. Not until you confirmed it just now, something of a leading question. Of course, I had my suspicions that you would resort to such a plan in the end. You're so wonderfully forthcoming, Mash. Kadok could learn a great deal from you.
Is that a new Mash face? I don't think I've seen that Mash face before.
At any rate, I trust I have made my point. You can summon nearly anyone you like here, Kamazotes! You need only consider which servants would be the most helpful against the Shoshototo, then summon them.
Well, the thing about that is...
Father, Ventox has been unable to summon heroic spirits ever since he arrived in Mictlan. Which unfortunately means your plan isn't viable.
And that Mash face has to be an emote. We can make that happen. Ping me on the Discord, don't let me forget.
So it would seem, given that Kamazotes was using the command spells you lost. Where did you relinquish them, Ventox?
Well, you see, I died. And then some rock and roll dude showed up and asked for my guns. I can't remember it very well. It was the strangest place.
I see. A world covered in fog and a deal you made to come back. Alright, I understand. You offered your command spells in exchange for a narrow escape from death. And now Kamazotes has those very same command spells. No wonder he was able to transform King Protea into an altar. You must have once contracted with her in one timeline or another. And so your command spells could order her to become a guardian of the underworld.
Then, that's why Protea transformed like that? Because she believed that was one of Master's command spells?
Okay, so I guess now we know how Nito Altar comes about.
Most likely. Otherwise, she would never have offered up her soul, her spirit core, so easily. But that's not what's important. What's important, Ventox, is that you gave up your command spells to come back to life. However, this is the underworld, not the world of the living. In which case, I suspect... I see. As long as he's in the underworld, the contract he made to exchange his command spells to come back to life doesn't apply. Because the contract is effectively voided at any time he isn't alive. Is that what you're saying? Your intellect continues to impress, Tepeu. I hope you'll join me for some Russian tea later.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I misunderstood. Hey, yeah. God damn. Can I hit the log button, please?
Hey, yeah. You haven't actually tried to summon since we first came to the underworld. You just assumed it wouldn't work. Why don't you give it a shot now?
Believe me, I've been trying, but every time I click the party select screen, it won't let me. It only lets me select Mash and Habitrot.
That's enough. Now that we know that you can summon servants, you just have to come up with a plan of action. You can only summon so many on your own, so you will need to choose carefully. As long as you can avoid any egregious errors, you should have no trouble defeating the Shoshi Tonal. I expected that you would be happy to have such a clear path to success. Why do you look so sad?
Because I'm a goody two-shoes, and I need to help my friends.
I know. My suggestion was merely for defeating the Shoshi Tonal, not killing King Protea. I may be the so-called Mad Monk Rasputin, but I am also the temptation of immortality, and a priest with a talent for dealing with wicked thoughts. As long as you are able to hold the Shoshi Tonal in place, I'll be able to remove the tumor bound to her spirit origin through that mask. I am a priest, you know. I may not be useful in combat, but I have plenty of experience treating wounds.
Then we really can save Protea. This is great. You're such a capable butler.
Of course he is. I'd never have a butler who is anything less than truly excellent.
Huh, you don't even remember him, Madam President? But that's okay, I still love you. I'm so glad you're here.
We all need a Nemo Marine in our lives.
Alright, it's time you chose your servants. Remember, your opponent is a high servant combined with the giant Shoshi Tonal's spirit origin. You'll be facing a titanic river guardian with potent defenses, and a constant drain on your stamina courtesy of that mask of death. Master Ventox, this battle will hinge on both what you know now and the choices you make very soon.
Hype men are hard to come by, indeed. Oh, actual boss fight? Legit? See, this is what I'm talking about with pacing, though, right? Like, if this were Lostbelt 6, or Lostbelt 5, or Lostbelt 4, we would have been introduced to King Protea, and she would have been the threat that we need to figure out a solution for the next 4 or 5 chapters. If I am understanding what we're doing here right now, we started Section 3 with no complications, we encounter a complication in the middle of Section 3, and then the end of Section 3 is us dealing with that complication. That is such better pacing. So I'm going to take a quick breather, because I need some water. I'm having a lot of fun here, but Kamazotes killed my voice. Kamazotes was a drain on my voice. So I need to hydrate. I need to take care of my instrument. Yes, good. Stall for derp to get here. Yes, exactly. So I'll be back in just a few minutes, and then I assume we'll be taking on King Protea, so I'm looking forward to that. See you guys in a minute. We've got a boss fight on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. I hope. I see 24 AP, so that gives me hope. And the style of the writing definitely indicates that that is the case. And I need to unplug my capture card yet again so that you guys can see what I'm doing. Everything that has happened so far has happened in less than 3 sections. Other Lostbelts would be in section 8 after all that's happened. Yes, exactly. And that has been why I have dreaded doing other Lostbelts, and why I'm excited for this one still.
Master, the skull mask removal team is in position. I'll make sure Father Kodomine gets high enough to reach Protea's mask.
I'll keep her pinned down. No thrashing around, no retreating to the river, nothing. The moment she makes a move a servant can't keep up with, I'll be there to slap her down. We'll cheer you on from way over here. Good luck, everyone.
The Shoshitonal is drawing near. Let's see how well you handle the first underworld trial.
All right. Oh, okay, no. Oh, yeah, actually. No 30-minute prelude to the boss fight? Just a couple of lines of hype, and then we actually do the fight? We actually get to play the video game? Guys, they just might turn Fate Grand Order into a good game. Yes! Yes! Double Phantom versus Lostbelt 7 is real! Okay, but before I do that, I actually need to back out because I put all of my CEs in Second Archive. So, I need to go fix that. Look at my Phantom. Is your Phantom's CE still the Uriel, Bond CE? Teapots. Ah, thank you. Teapots are good. Why? Because I am just blitzing my friend points, and I'm using all of the CEs that I get, and I don't want it to be muddy as I'm going through. I just want to have, like, here's all of my stuff that I care about in the Second Archive, and that means that anything that is not in my Second Archive, anything that's in my main inventory, is fair game. Once I finish burning through my friend points, then I'll fix that, but for right now, I'm just doing this for organization's sake. I'm just grabbing any CEs that I think might be useful here. Another K-scope can't hurt. Let's see, what else is going to be valuable? Oh, I mean, yeah, absolutely. Never mind the fact that I literally have 2 level 80 necromancies. I might need a second volume, and that could be useful. Demonic Bodhisattva could be useful. Let's see. I think I've already got a level 100 Holy Night Supper ready to go. I think that's most of the potentially useful CEs. If it was super valuable, I probably would have leveled it up a little bit more. Well, maybe something like... what is this one called? Sweet Crystal? Could be useful. Oh, actually, now that I think about it, Fondantao Chocolat could be useful because I'm pretty sure that King Protea's got the Divine Tag, so that's probably good. The Anti-Caster CE? Why would I want the Anti-Caster CE? What value does the Anti-Caster CE give me? Yeah, just specifically for this fight. Because once I stop streaming, I'm just gonna put everything back into Second Archive and keep blitzing my friend points. Oh, come on! I swear, I'm gonna break my capture card the amount of times I'm pulling out the HDMI cable. Okie dokie. So, Chaldea Tea Time is the CE that I'm looking for here. And then, per our rules, Phantom's gotta go here. You know what? Let's do this. Let's use my evil team. Oh, I'm gonna have to ditch some CE cost. Well, we can pull away from a 5-star servant. Who are evil, low rarity servants? Oh yeah, say hello to my cluster of saber lilies that I got today. I did also get a bonus copy of Angermine U. Salome? Phantom. Touche. Salome's not bad. Ooh, is Shufu evil? She looks evil. Chaotic balanced. Aw, shame. I'm trying to think if there's anyone who's actually, like, going to help me succeed with this team. Kyo, Fuma, Bartholomew. I don't know anything about Bartholomew's kit. What does Bartholomew do? Has an unupgraded skill is what he does. Voyager of the Storm's not bad. Crit support for allies. That's not bad, actually. That's an interesting overcharge effect, too. Ezo, Medea. Oh, Medea could be useful, actually. Let's throw in Medea. Medea deserves some love. Salome is better than Bart because Salome is a waifu? Are you telling me that Bart's not a waifu? This guy might just be one of the most handsome dudes in the entire cast. Look at this guy. Look at those eyes. My guy is a charmer. Alright, so we're gonna drop Medea in here. And then I still can't afford a 5-star CE, so she doesn't need a CE. This is fine. Now, Oberon actually does have class advantage, so I should probably... Yeah. This is what we're gonna do. You're never gonna convince me a male servant is better than a female servant? Counterpoint, Phantom of the Opera. Alright. Actual boss fight time. Okay. Excuse me? Come on! Oh! God damn it! Ah! All I want to do is use my favorite character in this video game. Oh, that's a fun gimmick, but like, for me specifically, this is so rude. You give me like so many combats where I'm not allowed to use my favorite character, and then it's like, ooh, here comes a fun boss fight, and we're gonna hype up how like it's important what servants you choose, because you get to choose your own servants. And then I do, and then you just get, nah, yeah, you don't need that shit. Get that shit out of here. You're using the other servants now. Just only use 3 of them. Do you want to know the hidden servant mechanics? Because they're hidden? Nah. Nah, I'll figure things out. I'll adjust as needed. If I see patterns, then cool. If I don't see patterns, then whatever. Yeah, I could only bring 3 servants, but I am not very confident that Phantom Oberon Phantom can win this. Actually, with Oberon, that might actually be possible. How do I want to do this? Well, it seems worthwhile to do Ridicule Cat and to drop Onyx Life as well. Should I Brave Chain or should I use Oberon cards? I feel like I should use Oberon cards because I've got that class advantage. And Oberon's gonna be by far my strongest option here. Thank you for that clip, Ismanir. You gotta keep restarting until you end up with Phantom in front. Well, it seems to me that it wasn't random. I mean, it's a hell of a random pull if it happened to be all of my front line getting swapped out for all of my back line just by coincidence. We like that Calavera Mask skill. She needs to do that a whole lot more often. Actually, wait, no, that doesn't matter because of the way that stuns work. This stun is fake. She's not actually stunned right now. Buff removal would be nice. Oh, wait a minute. Hello, Medea. Imagine Medea being useful in the year of our Lord 2025. Crazy. Oh, actually, hold up. Look at that debuff that Medea has on her. What is it, first of all? Oh, HP loss per turn. Let's just cleanse Oberon real quick, actually. Medea's so back. 2025, the year of the Medea. So yeah, let's strip that healing, strip that defense up, and do a little bit extra damage. I could swap Phantom in, I suppose. But I'm wondering if on break bar, it's gonna swap again. Dang, that was a good strike. NP loss, okay, not terrible. Giant beast agitation. Oh, yep, there it goes, there it goes. Oh, it is random, no, no. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. This is absolutely fine. And here's why, because I have Grigori Rasputin, who has a 3-turn taunt. And I don't think that King Protea's boss fight is AoE, from what I've seen so far. I think I'll just Brave Chain with Rasputin. Medea is the only servant who has a skill with flavor text. That's true. Admire the Golden Fleece. Medea of the Opera in the first party slot. The hard part is, this is a legit boss fight, from what we can tell, which means that Phantom of the Opera is going to have to land the killing blow. Now, I don't know how this random swapping is gonna work, and I'm not sure if this is gonna be... Oh, this is a problem, actually. I'm not sure if this is gonna be like on every 3 turns, or if it's on break bar. So I might have some problems here. Kind of want to swap in the support Phantom, because I expect she's going to be AoE. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I don't want the support Phantom necessarily, and I want Kotomine to eat the damage. Yeah, Medea definitely does not hit hard. That hasn't changed. I can't help but notice Phantom's feet are not touching the ground. Yeah, that's correct. Phantom floats. Phantom's a floaty boy. Saving Rasputin's battery, I think. Yeah, okay, that went about as expected. Go, Rasputin, go! Yeah, unfortunately, I kinda didn't use that taunt very effectively. This can't kill him, right? I'm assuming that can't kill him. Good. He's probably not gonna make it much longer. I don't think it's worth putting his heal on him, but like, it gives him an attack up, and arts up, attack up, and 2 NP damage buffs is pretty nice. Let's do that, I think. Probably the best damage that I have access to. Fun fact, in the future we get a trait for levitating servants and Phantom doesn't get it. I mean, Phantom just doesn't get anything that matters. Phantom should have been a bonus servant in Summer 4. I am still salty about this. Or Summer 5, I'm sorry. Okay. Whatever you say, King Protea, you do you. If you want to do that for 3 more turns, then I'm cool with that, to be honest. Probably should have thought about the debuffs before I wasted Kotomine's healing, actually. This is a fun boss fight, though. I enjoy the gimmick. Oh no! He dies to that. Ah, shoot. Okay, well, in comes Oberon. And now we play the stall game. We don't play it very effectively, unfortunately. Oh, actually, maybe we do. It was a good break. That's a problem. Yeah, that is a problem. I lose now. I think just flat out. Okay, I think the evil team can work. I think I'm just gonna need to... I was about to say, the evil team can work. I just need to put Oberon in the front. Stupid vent. Alright. She might have a pattern here with her skill usage. I need to examine that a little bit more closely. Should have taken Salome instead of Medea. I mean, Medea wasn't bad. Targeted debuff removal, self-healing, buff removal. Oh my god, I hate having to do this. I wish I could just fix this, but I don't know how to do that. Well, let's give it up for the first content wall. Woo! Okay. We're gonna put this on. Well, Phantom does not need Chaldea Tea Time. We are gonna put Volumen up on Phantom. Rasputin... His Noble Phantasm isn't really that good for us here in this particular circumstance. So... I think I'm actually just gonna go ahead and ditch Rasputin for now, because I think Dark Koyan could actually be really useful here. Just applying a ton of debuffs, a ton of damage over time effects. I think that could be really useful. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put Rasputin back in instead of Domon, because Domon really isn't bringing much to the table. So I'm gonna try Necromancy Rasputin and see what happens when I pop that skill. You have a Hephaestion who can NP on demand. That is true, but Hephaestion's not evil. I don't think. Foreigner has disadvantage. Ah, that's true. Well, it might not matter if Kirei is taunting, or if she's using her skills that give her self-stun, or if I am charming or sleeping her. Okay. Okay, yeah, so this is a really good time for me to just use Koyan's stuff. So now I'm just going to be doing a ton of damage over time effects to King Protea. Don't know that I need to do this right now. I'll do it anyway. Fine. And then this is battery. Team-wide. Plus buster effectiveness. Innocent Monster. Put up the taunt. I don't think she has any attacks, maybe, except for her Noble Phantasm? Am I getting that right? I'm not sure. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do this. Okay, it's the Alien God People team, that is true. That wasn't intentional, but I'm pretty much just swapping out all of my disciples of the foreign god. Dark Koyan fits here, adding into the Bloodstreak River, yeah. Yeah, this at least counteracts her healing. Oh, that's interesting. I guess Rasputin is a human servant, so that counts for this. Interesting. That's unfortunate. Okay. I'm going to just take some time to try to confirm what I think I'm observing. Because it doesn't look like she does any attacks except for her NP, which means Rasputin isn't actually that useful with his taunt in any way at all. Oh, no, oh, she does, okay. I do love that damage over time. Interesting. So it looks like also the trigger for the lineup shuffle is the break bar. Yeah, the damage over time isn't quite as good as I thought it was going to be. Okay. So the shuffle happens after the turn is finished, by the looks of it. Okay, rather it starts at the start of the turn. So after you break the bar, she'll do it at the start of her next turn. Okay, got it. Okay, let's back out. All right, the Koyanskaya idea was fun, but I don't think it's the right way to go here. Much as I love my damage over time memes. I probably should prioritize high-level phantoms, actually, since the swap means I don't really know what I'm gonna get. Alright, so no Koyanskaya. I can't remember if X-Alter is evil. I think she is. Yes, she is. Okay. X-Alter slots into the evil team. Let's go. And with X-Alter, she's gonna get that. And then Oberon's gonna get... Oberon's just gonna get a scope, honestly, because his Noble Phantasm is useful. How about you try that Hephaestion that you definitely leveled? Haha, joke's on you. I leveled her last night. And I saw her Final Ascension art for the first time, and I was like, wow, dang, this character is so pretty. And her Final Ascension art is so good. Okay. So, if I'm understanding correctly, she's not going to target anybody, she's not going to attack at all. Now, I could charm right now, but I don't think that's useful. Why did I do that? That's not the button I wanted to hit. That's the button I wanted to hit. And then we're just aiming for X-Alter Noble Phantasms. I don't think the healing is going to amount to much, so I'm just going to go ahead and use it for the damage. I don't know if KP is good. However, I'm also wondering if this is a costume and not a summonable servant. Aw, so close. So close. Well, it might not matter because it's break bar shuffling. But yeah, very much in the last few years when I'm doing a boss fight, Mysterious Heroine X Alter has become my old reliable. Okay, well there's Oberon. Well, I could do it again. I could do it again. And I feel like it's not a bad idea, to be honest. Then what? She drains, I think? I don't know how much she drains if she does. Also, I don't know if this defense up is really like 80%. Yeah, it looks pretty high. I'm definitely not breaking the bar here, I don't think. Eh, close. Maybe if I had done Oberon's NP. Well, I can still do Oberon's NP this upcoming turn. Do I need to? She's stunned. Is she properly stunned, though? Does it just say 1 turn stun? Yeah. I can't tell if that is a skill that she used during her turn, or if that is an effect that happens at the end of her turn. Oh, I never looked at this. Huh. You have to DPS race this. That's interesting. I'm just gonna be safe. And we're gonna do this. Dang, I wanted to see his reaction. Sorry, Karm. To be honest, once I busted out X Alter, I feel like the odds of me stalling it out that long were not very high. I could not call this a boss fight that was made easy because of Phantom, however. Thank God they didn't pick this for the Super Recollection. Oh, can you imagine? Okay, this is fine. This is good. This is good, actually. This is really good. Does it help me to have Oberon's skills? Does it help me to have Rasputin's skills? Oberon, not really. Rasputin, also not really, except I think I can actually do this, and then do that, and then I've cleansed both of them. I don't know if that's super helpful. Actually, no, what I can do is put this over here, and then when Kirei dies, which he might not because I have Necromancy on him, but he's going to be bricked, so... I might have made a little tiny tactical error there, but I think it's fine. Stabbed in the hair for 6,000 damage. You go, Medea. Show him what you're made of. Yep. Oh, okay. I may have made a slight tactical error here. At least we've got Phantom on the board. Classic Medea wet noodle. Yes, indeed. There we go. All right. Oberon Brave Chain does not kill. I am confident on that one. Especially with that defense up. I don't even think an Oberon Noble Phantasm at this point would kill. I might not have the opportunity to test that theory, though. Well, there's one charge. Yep, there goes Oberon. There goes 2 charges of Volume and Hydrargyrum. I do have a Phantom Brave Chain, though. That's nice. Should I Charm right now? I think yes, I should, because if I just let myself eat an attack, then I lose Volume and Hydrargyrum, but if I stall, then I can survive one of her Noble Phantasms, and then I just get into Phantom Brave Chains, hopefully to clutch it out. Okay, X Alter Brave Chain, but with no crits feels reliable. Not too much damage, I think. Do that and just filter away even more of the crit stars. Kinda want to do this, but I feel like that's... Nah, it's fine. This'll be fine. That's a little rough. That's a little rough. Buster quick. Hopefully is minimal damage and we don't kill. Okay, yeah, I think we're in good shape. Yeah. Now we're talking. All right. Okay, that's potentially an issue. I don't think it's that big a deal, though. I do have an anti-female command code on Phantom's Buster card, too. And that Oh, son of a... Damn it. Ah. Well, GG. Dang it, dude. I wasn't even thinking about that. Did not cross my mind. This one's gonna be tough. I got one more try in me. What happened? So she has an effect on her, which is every 10th turn, she just instantly resets to the start of the fight. Did it work? Okay. I just 3-turned her, not gonna lie. The gimmicks here are very obtuse. I mean, I wouldn't call that obtuse. This one, I knew that it was a thing, I just wasn't keeping track of the turn count. Yeah, it's this right here. Oh no, not this right here. All it did was just reverse the phantoms. Okay, well, at some point she'll use that buff. Yeah, there's not really a better option for me this turn than the Phantom Brave Chain. Infantile regression, that's it right there. Okay, so turn 1, she does 3 skills in a row. That seems consistent. I wish I had a Brave Chain with X Alter right here, but I don't. You know, I feel like it's worth it for me to do this. I just want to maintain my Phantom's invulnerability stacks.
了承それで沈む
KP is nothing if not mommy issues after all. Yeah, that's fair of most of the Sakura 5. Yeah, I'm not doing this for the stall, I'm doing this for the damage, especially because it's a DPS race. I've got to go fast. Okay, so there's my Brave Chain with Alter. So I'm gonna do this, plus that, plus this, and I'm gonna Brave Chain, which should break our bar.
沈む
Maybe not. Ah, this might not. That defense up is no joke. Can someone tell me what the numbers are on that defense up?
弱いくせに弱い
And now she punch.
逃げ惑え逃げ惑え
60%. Hot dog. Okay, maybe I do need to be removing that with Phantom. That is good to know. Let's charm. Yeah, I think this one's probably a wash. I just didn't get the strong breakneck speed start that I need. If X Alter stays on the field here, I might be able to recover it. All right. It's literally the exact same party. Nice. I get a Brave Chain with that too. I'm almost thinking it might be worth it for me to use Oberon's battery on himself just to get the crit stars. I'm gonna go for it. It's a waste of 40% of the battery, but that's okay.
この時を待っています了承それで
And then this will probably be the last we see of Alter.
俺とリアクター臨界とした我が暗黒の攻防で
This is a fun gimmick. I like this. Like, if I desperately wanted to, I could absolutely devise a guaranteed 3-turn strat. Minus Phantom of the Opera, of course. Like, your standard player can probably do that. Wow, that attack up is no joke either. Doubled her damage. Okay, Medea, Rasputin, Phantom, huh? Yeah, I don't know about this one.
Not
20% attack buff? Well, I know that she was doing like 1600 damage to Oberon the last time I watched, and that time she did like 2700 somewhere around there. Yeah, doubling up on that healing is obnoxious. Basically undoes that whole turn that I just did. Yeah, let's go ahead and charm. Get rid of that defense up. Yeah, remove the healing too. Yeah, I don't see this one working. I just didn't have the damage from Oberon, and X Alter was a little bit too slow. So this is probably the best shot I've got, which is not much of a shot. If only we had a single target pretender who could heat a bar on command. If only. Shame that such a thing doesn't exist. I do enjoy that animation, just... So you could crit Rasputin, I'd be okay with that. In theory, I might be able to maybe do something. Possibly. Probably not, though. Oh, nope. GG. Yeah, putting Necromancy on Rasputin is not the way to go forward. I can say that. Your Limbo boosted Oberon crits did a lot of work on that first run. That is true. That is true. Yeah, honestly, I probably should take off Volumen from Phantom. I need damage. I don't need survivability in this fight, which is fun. Yeah, unfortunately, even though Phantom's NP does ignore damage, it does not do 142,000 class neutral. There's like 1/7 of that. Well, it's okay. Look, we have more turns. Phantom's alive, so I can just continue Phantom soloing. Yeah, there it goes. Alrighty. Well, shame. Are there any CCs that strip defense buffs? Yes, there are. I have them on my Abigail Williams right now. Alright, well, that is going to be it for tonight. I'm going to wrap it up there, but I am going to be doing another stream over the weekend, either Saturday or Sunday. Not sure which day as of yet, but I'll let the Discord know, and I'll probably do it sometime a little bit earlier in the day. We'll be doing maybe a little bit of a longer stream, rather than just the 2 hours that I normally do. Maybe like bring it up to 3 or 4 or 5, depending on how good a pace we're doing and how difficult this fight is. I don't think it's going to be a huge wall for me, but the RNG factor is definitely something to contend with. So we'll figure that out. But my commitment to you guys is Lostbelt 7. I want to advance through this. I really want to meet all of the characters before their banners go live, and I know that that is a ticking clock. So we'll see how far I get. We'll see how difficult it becomes, but I think I'm going to be able to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here for tonight. I will see you guys in a couple of days on the weekend. In the meantime, you guys all know the drill. Be kind to one another, be kind to yourselves, be safe, and as always, peace out. Good night, everybody.